Hello, sweet friends! My name is Birdie and I am your friendly neighborhood forest witch. And in today's video, I am going to be doing a December full moon ritual. So grab yourself a warm beverage. I have here an Earl Grey a la creme, which is my favorite type of tea. And let's get into this cozy winter ritual. So this year, December's full moon rises on Tuesday, December 26th, which means that it will appear high and full on Christmas Day. So if you or your family celebrate Christmas, this makes this ritual all the more magical. And December's full moon is most commonly known as the cold moon and was originally named by the Mohawk tribe, which conveys the frigid conditions of this time of year, at least here in Indiana where I am. Also in Europe, ancient pagans called the December full moon the moon before Yule in honor of the Yuletide festival celebrating the return of the sun heralded by the winter solstice. So for this full moon ritual, it isn't so much for casting, but more for celebrating and tuning into the energies of the Sabbath, the moon, and the mother and or deity if you choose. Now, this is a sensual ritual, meaning all your senses are going to be involved. So you'll want a quiet place to perform this ritual, and if you can perform it outside, all the better. But if it's too cold, or if you live in a non-private area like I do, just set your altar up near a window inside where you can actually see the moon. Now for the ingredients for this ritual, you'll need a chalice or wine glass, some cranberry juice or wine, a small plate of sugar-coated cranberries, and if you're not familiar on how to make these, I will leave a recipe for these down in the description for you. You'll also need 2 to 3 gingerbread cookies, and for these I just picked up a package of gingerbread cookie mix from Dollar Tree and made these up. But if you want to make them from scratch, by all means you go ahead and do that. Or if you want to do it the quick way and just pick up a package of gingerbread cookies from the store, girl, by all means, there is no shame in that game, especially here during the holidays when everything is so busy. You'll also need a few sprigs of pine, a few candles for illumination purposes, and if you can't perform your ritual outside, then you'll also need a bowl of ice cubes. Also, if you're performing this ritual outside in a sound polluted area, or if you have to perform it indoors, you'll also need some sort of music player. Now to prepare for the ritual, first set up your altar with all the needed materials that I mentioned. Light your candles and pour the wine or juice into your chalice or wine glass, and go ahead and cast your circle. Next, ground and center yourself. Imagine that you are like a pine tree with your feet as the roots and your arms reaching up to the sky. Feel your bare feet being anchored to the earth. Imagine that your toes turn into roots and go searching through the rich soil. Raise up your fingers and see them as naked branches on the trees. Wiggle your fingers and feel the earth's energy course through your veins. Lower your arms and take in a deep breath. Hold it for 4 counts and then slowly release. Then, to start the sensory part of the ritual, first we are going to connect with sound. If you're able to, connect to the sounds of the natural environment at night, whether that be owls, tree branches swaying or creaking, the crunch of snow or the rustle of leaves, etc. But if you are like me and live in the city with sound pollution, or if you need to do this ritual indoors, you can always connect to sound artificially via a playlist of winter nature sounds, or even just a Yule playlist. And I've went ahead and linked 2 playlists down below that I personally use. So if you'd like to check them out and use them, feel free to do so. Also, when you're doing the ritual, be sure to keep the volume low enough so it's just a background sound and not loud enough to disrupt your flow of thoughts. Now, while the sounds softly emanate from the background, feel the chill of the outdoors, or in my case, the chill of the bowl of ice. Take a piece of ice in your fingers, or if you're feeling brave, stick both hands under the ice and allow the coldness of the earth or ice to seep through your fingers and throughout your body. Remember that winter's cold darkness is the mother's promise of the sun's return, and allow this promise to refresh any dark thoughts or negative thinking you've been experiencing lately. Next, place the sprigs of pine to your nose and inhale their woodsy scent. Take note of what the scent reminds you of, how it makes you feel, and what it symbolizes not only for you, but for the Sabbath. Spend time smelling the pine and thank the mother for such a beautiful tree. Finally, eat a sugared cranberry and feel the taste explode in your mouth. The sourness of the berry and the sweetness of the sugar reminds us that there can't be one without the other. Darkness without light. Remember that magic comes from nature. What energies do you sense while you explore your heightened senses? What do you feel out there under the December moon? Take some time to contemplate these questions and your feelings. After you sit with these thoughts for a while, connect with the loving and powerful moon goddess Selene. She is known for her protection and affection for witches and magic users alike. Recite the following verse. In the time of cold and ice, beneath an enchanted moon, Selene, hear my call, dance along to this witch's tune. As I celebrate the heralded sun and the power of the moon on high, bless me with magic and wisdom as the cold moon sails across the sky. Then take a sip of your cranberry juice or wine. Dip your fingers into the liquid and dot a tiny bit on your forehead and heart and say, magic comes from the mind and heart. Goddess smile down on this witch's art. Then, if you're doing your ritual indoors, step outside and toast to the moon and pour a little on the ground to give something back to the earth. Also, set a gingerbread cookie outside and leave it as an offering for the fairies. Now, go back inside, snack on the remaining cookies and sugared cranberries, drink the juice or wine, and allow your mind to drift and your spirit to relax. Then, when you're ready, go ahead and close up your ritual. You can now open your circle and snuff out the candles. If you are doing your ritual indoors, go ahead and step outside for the last time. Before doing so, gather half of the sprigs of pine that you had collected, and while you're outside, scatter them on the ground. Then face the moon again and say, I thank you, Goddess Selene, for your help and love. Shine your magic down on me gently from above. And if you wish to do so, you can now place the other half of pine sprigs by your bed as a reminder of the beauty of the season as you enjoy their fragrance before bed each night. And that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it and found it as cozy and helpful with dealing with the darkness of the season as I did. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, friends. Bye.